Buongiorno everyone, welcome back to the Magpie Channel TV. Welcome to the Magpie Channel Podcast, episode 18, if I remember correctly, because we missed last week. As somebody decided to treat themselves to a little
some
vacation.
prick. Someone had to go away and try and enjoy themselves, man. Get a life, will you?
And the season holidays getting burnt in the sea, was it?
It was good, like, you should see my shoulders. Had the missus with a loafer in the shower this morning.
Oh, loafer in the shower?
What they call the
Magic sponge?
poofs. Oh, I had a good poof on my back.
Sorry?
I was just feeling me back, and I was just feeling like there's loads of like skin peeling off there. Like, so
that's
I
not what you want.
called on the wife. I was like, get hold of that poof, will you?
Yeah.
Just scrape me back. Got the old scrapes he's done. So a nice smooth back now. It was lovely. It's a bit nothing to be thinking about. So
it is.
Sorry to give everyone that image about peely skin in the showers.
Or if you're listening on Spotify or wherever you do get your podcasts, how's that in your ears? Try and visualise that keg and the puff on his back. Anyways, we're here. I don't know, brewery as usual. Remember, you can scan the QR code in the top corner of your screen to grab yourself some lovely beers, or hit the website link in the description, warflags.org.uk. Support War Flags in the process. We're on the old time crisis today.
It's the first time that we've had it in the 16 weeks that we've been doing.
So.
I
had it early doors.
don't think I've had it here, to be fair, but it's nice.
It
Giving it a go. Giving it a debut run. How are you feeling about your debut?
Good debut, that. Adam Wharton, Eze, last night.
Lovely stuff.
Not bad.
Lovely stuff.
Let us know in the comments if you can hear us okay, see us okay, and we shall crack on with the title of tonight's video. Obviously, now the season is over, no more club football. Got the Euros soon. I'm sure we'll talk about that. Mm-hmm. Next week, maybe we'll do a prediction for the Euros, since we'll be very close on it. We'll quickly touch on, the England game and stuff that happened last night. But as we will do during the summer, it's all about the transfer talk.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Love this time of year. Love all the. It does me head in, to be fair, when ongoing rumours go around with no actual credentials,
credibility,
accreditation, yeah, whatever the word is. When people get such and such after these, and then they're just not.
Not us, finding in the no account.
Us were Paqueta. The club never once said that we were interested in Lucas Paqueta, but also when we're going to sign Paqueta.
But he wore Bruno's top on and he's back on, so it means he's
signing for him, really.
Dodged the bullet, to be fair. That bloke is going to be getting
Can't wait for that one.
10-year ban, lifetime sentence.
I went to Tonali's on there, big class that.
Doing up, Vinnie Jones said, mean machine. And that makes Tonali's ban look like a walk in the park.
But now, interesting time of year. I do a transfer time, saying who comes, who goes, building up for a new season, new team, new players. It's class. Love it.
We're in for an exciting season. Loads of managerial changes, loads of baldy managers coming into the Prem. Ends up at Chelsea, slot for Liverpool. Ten Hag, will he still be at Man United after winning the FA Cup?
Anyhow, he needs to get the bick out.
Anyhow, to get the bick out, aye? Get the bick out,
Take that hair off, man.
Might win a trophy if you bick your hair, Eddie.
What are you doing with that hair in the Premier League?
Stop that quiff, will you? Brent actually asked that question to me, friend. Brent's a member. Shout out Brent for being a member. Need to announce this month's giveaway, to be fair. Well, May's giveaway, shall I say. So keep your eyes peeled on that, members. Quick thoughts on the FA want to ban Paqueta. As we just talked about there. Mental that obviously Paqueta's meant to be getting several charges. One of them was meant to only be for £7. So he's obviously got a serious problem because he doesn't need to win £7.
Yeah. What do you get a week?
£7 if he's
got about 170 grand a week, are you? But make sure you get that £7 bonus.
Just for the thrill of it. But it's much worse than obviously Tonali's situation, because with Paqueta, he's very much involved in what they would call match fixing, isn't it? And there's another word.
Well, it is. It's it is direct match fixing or tampering. Tonali was betting on Newcastle to win in an accumulator. You can't always have a direct impact. Maybe if you bet on the team to lose and you are purposely playing shit to try and enforce that loss, then but he was betting on himself to get yellow cards, which you can't directly affect, taking your shirt off, a bit of a nasty tackle, giving the refs some back chat. It's easy to pick up a yellow card if you want to. So that is illegal. That is match fixing at its best. And you're saying that they're talking about a life ban.
Spot fixing.
Spot fixing, that's the term.
Well done, SGP Dave.
Yeah, so I don't know if it'll be a life-term ban, but I think when the news first came out, I heard someone say that this kind of thing happened a while ago and they got a 10-year ban.
Wow.
So if it's not life, it could still be up to 10 years. We were raising about Tonali's 10-month.
No, that.
10 years is a long time, man.
Oh,
man. But like a 10-year ban, that's your career done.
Because
how old is he now? He's still quite young. He's
24, I think.
24. So yeah, you'll be in your mid-30s by the time you come back. 10 years out. No one's going to want to sign you then. Like a 34-year-old in your prime, like still playing well, like high energy. Like Casemiro. Like,
make a job, man.
People might still sign you if you're playing well. But if you haven't played in 10 years, you've got no chance.
No chance.
So yeah, that's his career done if he gets anywhere near a 10-year ban.
Gonna go from West Ham to East Ham. Sunday League business. That's any place you again after this. Now you've been in charity matches with KSI and that. Soccer Aid.
I definitely dodged the bullet there. Like.
Did dodge a bullet, aye. Shame, like, terrible crack, to be fair. He's a great player as well. He looked like he was going to go to Man City, didn't he? With,
that was big rumours there, wasn't it?
That was the move last year. Zia Talks is watching from the old Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Big them up.
Hello, friend.
I have to get out there one day. See, True Geordie was out there last week.
Was he? I didn't see that.
His Excellency flew True Geordie and his pals out. No. First class.
Flying Big Renty and his pals out there.
Can we get that, please? His Excellency. Yeah? I literally just reached out to True Geordie. He flew all his mates out to do the kick. Not the kickoff, the other one, the Pain Game podcast, the boxing side of things. And they were ringside doing a watch-along with a 5v5, Wild Lajang and all that. Oh, man. You're just chilling with Anthony Joshua and that. So, if you're watching, Your Excellency, yeah, first class.
Hi, Your Excellency. Big fan.
Nice. Yeah, could do the whole day. Anyways, let's talk about the old topics. We've got loads of good crack coming in the chat already. There's nearly 200 people watching, so make sure you smash a like on it and subscribe if you haven't already. And we'll get back to the chat and the questions in a bit. We'll obviously finish off on a bit of a Q&A. But if you send in a super chat or you remember, we'll read it out straight away. So, as the title suggests, Newcastle are chasing a number one this summer. Number one target is a number one goalkeeper.
Number one.
Mamardashvili is hopefully the one. For 41 million. How many times have you fit one in a sentence? Anyways, the Valencia keeper... There's reports coming from Spain that Newcastle representatives met with Valencia representatives on the weekend there in London and are going to activate his release clause of 41 million euros. I mean, euros. So.
Does that equate like 35 million pounds? Because I thought it was 35 million his release clause.
Aye.
Well, it might be a bit of a piano.
Siri, what's 41 million euros in Great British pounds? Doesn't work. Technology. So,
cheers, Siri.
36 million or something, probably.
Round about that.
Round about that, aye. So, good deal, that or not? Highly rated Georgian keeper.
Yeah.
23, 6'6". Everyone's talking about him.
Yeah,
and we want to get the deal done before the Euros because if he has a good summer with Georgia.
That's true.
I don't know, a 20 million price tag.
But also, if he's got a release clause, will it matter?
Well, not unless they give a new contract now, it won't, I guess. But if you're trying to...
But yeah, I hate
like coming from that
problem. But I don't like long ongoing sagas because it could be like the Tossen thing. Like, it could be all signed, sealed, delivered. But then someone else can swoop there and say he has a good Euros. Like, yeah, if his price could go up, but his wages might go up and the interest might go up. So, yeah, just try and get him in as soon as possible. If he is your man, if he's the one that we want, because there's also been links with James Trafford as well.
Young Traffy.
Yeah, so there's a couple of goalkeepers on the radar, but I think it's clear that Newcastle want a replacement for Nick Pope, or at least someone to come in and challenge him and probably eventually take his place, because these are both very young goalkeepers, so it might be a bit of a more of a long-term vision. But I think if you're going to spend the money, because like Trafford's not going to be cheap. Trafford's meant to be the cheaper option to Mamardashvili, so he's going to be about half of his price. Still a lot of money to for a backup.
Who's going to compete, not going to go straight in. You're going to get the game of Burnley. You got dropped for Burnley at the end of the season.
I actually seen something on Twitter. I think it was TikTok last night. I can't remember who it was. Some Newcastle account that just came on randomly on the For You page. Someone done that dream transfer window, and they had Mamardashvili and Trafford. Like, are you going to spend 60 million on two goalkeepers?
No, that is a dream. You're dreaming.
That's a bit mental. So, yeah, whichever one it is. Yeah, like, I think Mamardashvili is really, really highly rated. Big lad, 6'6", which I think we mentioned a couple of weeks ago. I think height is an advantage. Nick Pope has that advantage over, say, Dubravka. I think the length as a goalkeeper, it is a really big advantage for you. Long arms, get them claws out, save them balls. So, yeah, I'm easy with either one, to be fair, because, yeah, like, Trafford's young, very, very young, very highly rated. I think his best years are nowhere near yet. I think he's still got a long way to come. But, yeah, I do agree that Nick Pope needs at least a challenge, if not replaced. So, yeah, if Mamardashvili is the guy, if we're happy to spend 41 million or 35 million, then I'm happy with that. I don't really know a lot about him, to be fair. I know his reputation and I know how big people speak of him, but I can't say if I've actually seen him play. So I might need to tune into a couple of Georgia games during the Euros and test him out, see what he's like. But yeah, hopefully it's all done by then. We've got about a week and a half, 2 weeks to the Euros. So yeah, hopefully we can get that deal done by then.
That'll be lovely. Shout out to a couple of people, Christopher and Sir Kibble, who were right in there with the £34.8 million is the old
even better
conversion rate.
Even better.
So there you go. Unlike Trafford,
though,
exactly. Unlike Trafford, though, where you said he's going to compete in that, you think Georgie Mamardashvili would be like, I want that number 1 shirt. Yeah, Dubravka's leaving.
Yeah.
King Karius has already left.
Yeah.
So he's going to want to come in because he's not going to come over. Or will he give that bit of time? There's someone Bruno first saying he didn't come straight in the team, did he? Remember? Anyhow, he's done it with quite a few things, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a little bit different for outfield players. Like, I think getting up to the speed of the game, particularly as a centre mid like Bruno, then it makes sense just to ease them in a little bit. But he didn't with Pope. Like, Pope was bang straight in the team, wasn't he?
So pretty experienced, though.
Yeah, well, that's true, yeah. But either way, like, he's going to be the future, regardless. He's going to take the number 1 shirt, literally. Whether he takes the number 1 position in the first game of the season, who knows? He will be the starter eventually. But I think if you're going to spend 41 million, then you are going to replace him. Like, we only spent 10 million on Pope and he was straight in there. So I think if we're going to spend big money on a highly rated player, I can't really see him being on the bench. Like, it might only be for the first handful of games, but nah, I think that's right.
He would be one of my dream signings this summer. Like, we could do this on a podcast ourselves. I had it down for today until a few new topics came out. Bit of news to talk about, but Mamardashvili for me would be streets ahead of your Trafford, your Ramsdale that's been linked as well. Listen, it's a bit of a risk though, because we can all say, he looks great on Twitter montages and he looks great in the Liga, but you come to the Premier League and you're coming up against Holland and that every week. Then true, it's a bit of a bigger test, bigger ask. But I think when you just get a feel for a player. I remember when we were saying Botman, you just looked at me and thought, he's got something about him. Yeah. Same obviously with these and that. So sometimes you look at the player and you think, I don't know about his character, I don't know about that. But when you look at Mamardashvili, he looks ruthless, he looks a bit mental, to be fair.
He's Georgian, he's Katspire.
Kicking things for any reason.
I want to say that. If he saves a penalty, I want him to get off the horns.
I'd be careful if you're behind Mamardashvili's goal, like.
Yeah, they've got a bit of a temper, them, like. Didn't we have another Georgian in the championship season?
Kizhnishvili.
Zurab Kizhnishvili, something like that, yeah. So we're fans of the Georgians over here.
Geordie Georgians.
Because we think of that Geordie Georgians.
Why,
but yeah, I haven't seen a lot of him. I don't know a lot about him. I know about his reputation, but yeah, I do think we need an upgrade over Nick Pope. And if he's the guy that, like, I always trust the club. Like, I think it's not like we're just playing Champman or FIFA and just like, he's got a good rating, we'll just sign him. Like, I trust the club scouting and like we'll take our time and anyhow we'll only bring in right personalities, as you said. Like, hopefully, like he's got like the right personality. I think he will. I don't think we'll sign people that don't. I think anyhow's smarter than that. I think we could maybe sign a world-class player if we wanted to, but if he's a bit of a dick, then I don't think anyhow would take him. I think he wants the right characters, and I do think that is really important. I think that sort of thing is a little bit more important than like equality. If you're world class but a bit of a prick, then you're not welcome here. So
that's seen us deviate from previous transfer targets, isn't it? Where you've looked at them and you thought, Newcastle should go in for him, we've missed out on him, and then we haven't got him because obviously the background checks. I think Tyndall said it was very important. They look at everything. They get the references checked and everything on players and what they're like day in, day out.
So I'm sure everyone's done their research on Mamardashvili, if he's the right style of player, if he's going to fit our scheme, if he's the right kind of personality, character, fit in the dressing room. If he gets all the checks cleared, then that's good enough for me.
Just like Chelsea did with Tosin Adebayo, which we'll talk about in a minute. They were linked with him. A lot of outlets were saying, they're going to go in for Mamardashvili. And you thought, are these just fucking Mr. Bean meme where he's copying off his papers and they're looking away? Like, are you? Is that or Dan Ash with the man? He was just emailing everyone targets.
Man United's been copying our homework for years.
Unbelievable. But apparently other outlets now came out and said, Petrovic had a good season, so they're going to maybe just back him. But yeah, I mean, this is the problem. If you don't get things done early, and then the Euros comes around, he does well, the more teams will be sniffing out from the 41 million. I'll tell you what, match up.
If he's worth it, if he has like a really good tournament, and to be fair, it's Georgia. I don't expect a lot from Georgia.
I don't know any of the.
I reckon they could get absolutely battered, and he might concede a truck ton of goals. But
decrease.
That's obviously not really his fault if his back four's built up of like bricklayers or something.
Because still playing.
It's not really.
He's just 49
years old. Gets by at 60.
Gets by Captain Ketz. I'm looking forward to the Euros. We're seeing teams like Georgia.
Yeah.
Can't remember what group they're in. Run through that, but could be the old surprise package. You never know.
Could be. There's always one.
So remember Greece went far with a solid defence. So
even if they're a bit shit, and Mamardashvili actually has a class tournament and they don't concede any goals,
so Portugal draw every game.
You can scrape like a 1-0 or like a 0-0, get enough points.
Remember third place going to a playoff, so you never know.
It's mad. Portugal actually won the Euros without winning a game.
I know, that's insane.
Did they win the first game and then drew every single one of them, including the final? I've won every game and need an extra time with penalties. Class.
I think, like I say, much better than Trafford. Listen, Trafford's got bags of potential. I don't mind the deal, but I think he looked a bit suspect at times, but obviously with Burnley last year.
Dodgy back four. Then.
But again, how are you going to judge Burnley? Or pretty much guaranteed to get relegated.
He was class for England in the Euros.
He was.
Just like Gordon was, Cole Palmer and Morgan Gibbs-White. Exactly. Team. So
exactly.
His class saved the penalty.
Under Eddie Howe, surely develop. You learn a bit off Pope, and when Pope inevitably pops out on a shoulder, you can come in and play, and then stay and grow. And then I guess sky's the limit really. And he'd be here for 10 years because he's a young lad. But we'll see. My number one would be Mamardashvili.
Yeah. And that age thing, as you just mentioned there, just before we're going to the next part, like that's key for me. Like I don't want another like late 20s kind of bordering 30-year-old goalkeeper. Like I want like me youngster. I want like me Ederson, me Alisson, someone who's going to, like, De Gea, he was there for like 13 years or something, 19 years old, I think De Gea was when he went to Man United. Like, that's what I want. I want a young'un who can be our goalkeeper for the next 10 years.
Yeah. This is a mad comment, by the way. I'm just going to bring this one up. It's not a super chat, he's not a member, but he is a Georgian Geordie.
Yeah.
Been watching for a few years now. Thank you, mate. Cheers. Keep up the good work. My dad is from Newcastle and my mum is from Georgia.
Georgian Geordie,
let me know. How's Georgia going to get on at the Euros then, mate? And who else should we look out for? Georgian starting 11. Any strikers, any forwards, and do you think we should sign Mamardashvili? Well, he has said that he's an amazing keeper, and I really hope to sign him. Potentially the best in the world. He could be our Alisson for the next 10 years. Absolutely. You need to sort that Spain, the team out. We'll keep the exact Bruno Botman. You get your Mamardashvili. There's your Spain for the next few years, we'll hope. Other bits of transfer news then, as you can see in the tail, is Lloyd Kelly. Fabrizio Romano reported this morning that Kelly is pretty much all but done. He expects that deal to be wrapped up in the coming weeks. No hiccups, unlike the Tossen deal. Kelly is very much a Newcastle United player, according to Fabrizio Romano, and he should be announced in July. Obviously, the transfer window, I think, opens middle of June. Is it the 14th, 16th, something after that? The Premier League fixtures around that time as well. But obviously, no one really signs anyone until July onwards. You got that PSR window on the 30th of June for FFP and that. So Lloyd Kelly looks to be the first signing this summer at Newcastle United. We've talked about it a bit in the past, Keg. Obviously from Bournemouth, free agent, can play left back, can play centre back. I think he's 26. We'll talk about how many players are mixed up the ages, but I think he's 26.
He's not the younger ones, he's 24.
Was Tossen 26?
Tossen's 26.
There you go.
24, I think.
So Lloyd Kelly, Premier League experience, slots in.
Yep.
And listen, we've got rid of Dummett and stuff. We'll talk about the released players in a bit. So is that an upgrade for you? Is that a good signing? Can fans be pleased with
that? He's definitely an upgrade on Dummett, but similar position and all, like centre back who can play left back, or vice versa, left back who can play centre back. So versatile left-sided player. I think this is a bit of an obvious one. Like I think it was rumoured months ago. Obviously, Free knows Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe has already kind of given this one the green light. It seems like a bit of an easy one. Doesn't seem to have had like a whole lot of interest either. So I think Newcastle's probably the best offer that he's had and gonna get. So it's not like a Tossen where someone can be like sniffing around him, like Man United and Chelsea wanted him. And so Kelly just seemed like a pretty straight road to St James's Park.
Straight up from Bournemouth, long road.
It is a bloody long road. This is a good signing. Like it's squad depth, which is hugely important. Like We don't have European football next year, but
I haven't seen you since then, actually.
Well, I haven't actually, no, yeah. It's been a lot of kind of bits happening in the last 2 weeks, to be fair. We could pile this podcast in. But yeah, like, we don't have European football next year, but we are going to get it. And I think the only way to get that is to like keep the quality in depth. I've said that for many, many a year. Like, I believe in strength in depth, not just having a quality starting 11 with a few decent subs. Like, I think your entire squad, like a City or someone like that, like, you've got to be able to trust every single one of your squad members. Whereas you come up with Dummetts, Richies, Crafts, Gillespies and Carriuses, and sometimes Miggy or Longstaff or Murphy or someone that you just think, like, as long as you've got someone in your squad who can come in, like Botman's injured, fine, get Kelly in, or Lewis Hall, fine, Kelly can play that position as well. Like, good squad, quality, depth piece, young enough, 24. Eddie Howe knows him, so he knows the style. He'll fit straight into the squad. One of the best players on my bench, one of the most like reliable players on the bench, I would say, because of his experience and versatility, Premier League experience. So yeah, all the thumbs up, and Eddie Howe's gave it the thumbs up long ago. So yeah, it's not like a blow you off your seat signing if we spent money on it because it's free. So you kind of grumble at a free signing, but even if we spent 10, 12, 14 million on him, it's a solid signing. Yeah,
I think I totally agree. Listen, and fans underwhelming a bit. Some of them are a bit like, what's guys doesn't make Ashley signing.
Not at all.
It's free. Premier League experience.
Depth.
Versatile depth. Yeah, he's not going to really be starting.
Yeah.
Maybe now and again because of the injuries to Botman and ourselves and stuff.
But he's a more than capable starter.
And like you said, because he's called Lloyd, it's not very exciting. It's Dumb and Dumber business.
Lloyd and Kelly,
Lloyd Christmas at left back. So I think it's decent enough. I think he'll slot in nicely. I think he'll do a job. What I do like about him is he's actually got a very good cross on him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
from the left as well.
His crosses last year, Solanke was eating off some of them.
But the issue is obviously some people are highlighting his injury record as well. He has missed quite a few games, but he's not relied upon every week.
Perfect replacement.
Be having 10 years. Lloyd Dummett.
If you're retiring in the next 13 years.
See, a lot of people in the chat aren't really happy about. Ian says he's the new shit yellow cells. Let's believe who or not. For free signing, can't complain. Says Aaron's got a crack on left foot on him as well. Exactly what I said. What do you think about Mbeumo? Actually, I like this one.
Oh.
I did a video on Mbeumo the other day. I was Newcastle link with him. He's put himself out there. Brian Mbeumo. He's let everyone know. I've had enough of Brentford. Get me out the bees. Get me to the Magpies. Didn't say that exactly. What he did say is that he's had 5 years at Brentford. And he's ready for a new challenge.
I didn't say that comment, but it seems like a bit of an ongoing thing because Tony's been wanting to get out there for
yes! I think they've realised, we've hit the ceiling now.
Yeah.
Ivan's taking off.
It was a good journey.
It was a good ride.
Yeah, it was a really good ride. They were a solid championship team for a number of years, came to the Premier League, established ourselves in the Premier League. They were absolute quality for a couple of years. Then the oil's just kind of burned out on that candle a little bit.
Totally has, Get rid of him, man.
He's a good player. I think we did mention him a few weeks ago, talking about that right wing position. Can plays central as well. Mm-hmm. Got some good speed. Good again, Premier League experience, quality, can score goals. So yeah,
I really like him.
Yeah. What would his value be?
See, they were talking like 35, 40 million as well. Like so, it's
a bit steep.
Can we get that down? Maybe 30 would be out. Because to be fair though, his goals and assist record is very good in the Premier League. So you're going to command at least 25, 30 at least, to be fair.
It just depends on where else we're looking. Like, if he wouldn't be one of my top signings. I think if you didn't go anywhere come like September, like within like not September, maybe it's August, like when the season's about to start, maybe it's a couple of weeks into the season before the transfer deadline. If we haven't signed who we want and we've still got money left over and he hasn't gone anywhere, then you think, he could do a job. If we've got 30 million, 40 million in the bank and we think, we haven't signed a right winger at that point, he hasn't gone anywhere, then bang, get him in. But yeah, he wouldn't be one of my top targets, and I wouldn't be comfortable just going spunking £40 million of our budget on him straight away. And then a few weeks later, I wanted to sign somewhere else and be like, I've got any more money, man. Like pretty much like we did last year with Tonali. It was spent Tonali and we thought, fuck. I've got any money. So yeah, and Mbeumo can be one of our later signings if he's still available. But yeah, good signing regardless.
I think it's a very good signing. I think he's a real threat. He slotted in when we talked about Tony with his ban. He slotted in at centre forward as well at times. Still scored goals. He's got a great right foot on him, left foot on him. Yeah. He tracks back. Will suit our system. Yeah. I think it'll be a solid signing.
It's like a much better Almiron.
Aaron saying Kayser's up for sale. Just saying, lads, that's a dream signing. Didn't realise Kayser's up for sale.
I didn't know. But
how much is he, Aaron? How much are you asking?
We've been linked with him since last summer. Maybe
he's talking
even
him as a takeover.
Yeah.
He's been one of like the early ones during the takeover.
Yeah.
You know, like when teams were getting mocked up for Newcastle, who's going to be the takeover signings, and the Sun were putting out Ronaldo up front with Kayser on the right wing and all that. So,
yeah, again, I don't know what his price would be, but yeah, I think he's a solid player, someone that we've been linked with a lot, and I think there's been interest from the club directly. So I think we've probably done a little bit of research into him and see how he fits into the team. So yeah, again, another. He's more of a right winger.
Right winger.
Yeah. So yeah, absolutely. Euros winner, Italian international, won plenty with Juventus over the years. So yeah, I think it'd be a class signing. Yeah,
he would be. 35 to 40 million, says Aaron. Yeah, that one would be very exciting, to be fair. Like Kayser, he's at good.
He'd be a big name. Like
exactly.
And Mbembo's not a big, sexy name. Like I think because we watch Premier League football, like if you were like Italian or German or someone, you're not fucking watching Brentford, are you?
Aye.
So like,
who's Brian?
Yeah, they might not know who he is because we watch Premier League football all the time. We know him, we rate him, think he's good. But Kayser's a top dog.
Internationally renowned, really. So is Paulo Dybala as well, and he has a 10 million release clause.
10? That's not true.
Stevie Peters. Is that true, Stevie?
That's not true.
Don't know about that, Stevie.
That can't be true.
He's on huge wages as well, isn't he, as well?
10 million.
Yeah. I'm sure he's on huge wages as well. Dybala.
Remember when he was revealed? Like, you had the bloody hope that he's City of Rome, like, coming to see him. Like, that was one of the maddest reveals.
People are saying, it's true, 10 million. How the hell has anyone signed him yet? I'm surprised even like Arsenal. Anyone hasn't snapped him up and I've got sacked.
Anyone.
Chelsea behind all that. Liverpool around about getting
still cheap for Chelsea.
Too cheap for Chelsea.
Chelsea be like, oh, well, how know that 0 on the end of that? I haven't seen anyone for 10 million since 2004.
10 million for Dybala.
That doesn't make sense.
Get
on it. That cheap?
Has he been crap for it? What's he been doing? I haven't seen any Italian football. And obviously Napoli fell off. Osman's had a bit of a stink. Everyone else has. 130 grand a week, says Gmail Alpha Dybala. Sky Sports said it today.
That's kind of cheap now. 130
I thought he was on.
I thought he'd be on way more than that.
Did he turn down Real Madrid, or they turned down an offer for Real Madrid? Yes,
not big offers, right? Like everyone, like I thought Roma was a bit of a down step for him. Like when he was leaving, was it Juve? Yeah, he was at Juve, wasn't he? When he was leaving Juve, I thought he would have gone like Real Madrid, Barca, one of the big teams, Liverpool, City. But when he went to Roma, I was like, where the fuck's he going to Roma? That was a bit of a weird downward move, I thought. So
13 goals this season. People are saying in the chat, and he wants a Prem move. That's got Man U written all over it, that.
I think he was linked. I think that was one of it, to be fair. I think Man United were probably the favourites the summer that he went to Roma.
Rashford might leave. Martial's gone.
Is he gone? Is he?
Martial? Nah, he's gone. He was on over 250k and Juve. Wow. Keep your eyes peeled for Dybala then. Now we're talking. Dybala keys, that's going to be a great summer.
None of this makes sense. How was he on 250 grand at Juve, then ended up being on 130 with a 10 million release clause at Roma? Doesn't make sense.
Jose got that deal done.
Jesus Christ. You probably end up with the Fenerbahce.
I was going to say, once a Prem move, waiting for like Man U and Newcastle come in from deadline day. Oh, Jose, Fenerbahce all over again. Hasn't he been injured a lot? Say Jill Dullard.
Possibly, yeah.
Possibly, yeah. Any idea, but what else we got in Keg? We talked about Mamardashvili, goalkeepers, Kelly. We'll quickly talk about Tottenham because we mentioned Chelsea potentially stealing Mamardashvili. But now it looks like they're going to just keep the faith in Petrovic. That's pretty hope. So we'll have less of the stealing, please, Chelsea.
Stop cutting me homework, man.
Company thieves offer more money and whatnot. Yeah, with the Europa Conference League. Jealous. Tossing them out of nowhere. And this is the thing. And Fabrizio Romano's got loads of stick for this. He's been getting quite a bit lately, to be fair. Saying that he's ruined transfers and all that, leaking the gossip and all that. In this day and age, you're not going to be able to stop it.
No. He's been doing it for years.
Exactly, yes. Like when the Mbappe deal got announced yesterday, we're like, Romano said that about 4 years ago. Real Madrid. But, so listen, Newcastle were thinking that deal for Tossen was wrapped up. His agent had been in Newcastle. His representatives had been to St James Park and watched one of the games at the end of the season. Tossen said to be excited to work on Eddie Howe, believed in the project, all the right things. Until Chelsea come in, offer you 60 grand a week more, see you later, and obviously European football, and obviously down the road from Fulham, I didn't believe it. It makes sense for him, that move.
Oh, yeah.
Move from Fulham to Chelsea or Fulham to Newcastle for less money and no European football. Like, if we're being honest, like...
Yes, staying in West London, like literally just down the road, a lot more money, European football, like bigger club in terms of stature and trophies that they've won in recent years. Like, literally, like we haven't won that in really 60 years. Like, Chelsea's won Premier Leagues, FA Cups, Champions Leagues, everything in the past few years. So, yeah, it makes sense, but I hope it works out for him, because I don't think it will. Like, you look at what Chelsea's done over the last couple of years. Like, they've signed so many players. Like, even back to like the Jose Mourinho days and Roman Abramovich, like they were just signing everyone because they could, and then just ruining people's careers. And it's literally the same thing. Like Todd Bowley's just rinse repeat exactly what Abramovich done 20 years ago, 2004. He signed Sean Wright-Phillips, he signed Steve Sidwell just because he could. Didn't play a game. Danny Drinkwater. Like Sean Wright-Phillips, you're just ruining people's careers because your squad's that big. You're just taking people away because, they're decent. So I'd rather have more 19th choice centre-back just because I didn't want anyone else to sign him. And you didn't see him anymore. You forget about them. You're like, I remember how good he was a few years ago. Like, who? Him. Oh, he was class. Oh, what's he doing now? Oh, he's 49 years old, still playing for Chelsea.
It's on the books.
Yeah, so...
Send me a deal.
Like Chelsea, like Benoit Badiashile, we were strongly linked with him.
Disasi.
And like for Chelsea's sake and the money that Bully spent, I hope they end up kind of what they were under Abramovich, but I just can't see it. I just think Todd Bowley's got no idea about soccer. He's an absolute fucking dimwit. He's just been watching far too much Moneyball and got far too much money in the bank.
Yeah, that's a problem.
He's just an absolute moron.
Doesn't know what to do with it.
So I don't really see it working out for him. I think career-wise, he'd probably be better off coming to Newcastle, but that's your choice, not what I do, mate.
I agree with that. I think he made the wrong decision. If he wants a bit more money in his bank and he wants to be closer to home, fair play.
I'll play European football next year, but then what about 2, 3, 4 years down the line?
But that's all he'll be doing. All he'll be doing is potentially playing Thursday night.
And his Conference League.
He's not going to be starting. And that's why he's playing Champions League. He's going to be going to San Siro. You know, he's going to be 6th, 7th choice centre-back. They've only got him in just as a body to replace Thiago Silva, who's left. So, what a tosser, tossing.
Your mistake, we'll see about this, but best of luck to you. Fingers crossed that everything goes well for you, but I'm telling you right now, you made the wrong choice, boy.
Wrong choice, boy. But people are saying in the chat as well, if he's that good, why can't he get an England team? Which is a very good point, because I was there last night at St. James Park. That defence was really crap. Bosnia had no threats, but we were just gifting them. But Gahey had a bad game, even though I do like Gahey. But you've got Konza and that in there. Quansah from Liverpool's in the long squad, the 33-man.
But also for me, I'm not really that bothered about losing out on him, because for me, I felt he would just be a very good backup.
Aye.
Like,
you're going to play when
Shaw's aging, and we've all kept going on about replacing Shaw, but why do we need to replace Shaw? He's class. I know he's 32, but players can go on like his quality till they're 37, 38. They don't need to replace Shaw until he starts to deplete a little bit.
Maybe at least another year.
I see him as a very good backup. I think him and Kelly are both very, very good options for our bench, players that can step in and start, upgrade over Lascelles, upgrade over Dummett and a couple of others. So I think them two makes our defensive unit better and stronger, but neither one of them goes straight to the starting 11. So we can find a backup anywhere. I'm not really that arsed, to be honest. Unless we're going to find someone miles better than Shaw, or kind of just on the outskirts, then I'm not really that bothered.
No, I mean, I'm not. Got Kelly in on a free, and then I want to focus on, and I think I know the club are linked with maybe one more centre-back, so maybe they do just want that extra comfort.
Yeah.
But without European football, and you hope the injuries aren't going to be as bad as this year, surely you think you can have that bit of leeway where I'd put all that money on Mamardashvili, all that money on the right winger / striker, and because for me that centre back, another year of Sean when he does reach your 33, 34 is right. That's when I want to go out and spend 40, 50 million on another top young centre back. We did that with Botman, 35 mil. I want to say Buongiorno. Of course I do. Buongiorno from Torino, make it happen. I seen him linked with the other day, and I can't remember who it was, but people are now eyeing him up. Newcastle have actually been linked with him. Be perfect for us as a channel. Been saying it for years. Buongiorno, as you know. And listen,
merchandise, copywriting,
trademark action now. Him, obviously Diamandi. I think I seen Aaron there in the chat. Hope we get Diamandi. Or the Roma lad as well, 19-year-old Huijsen. I don't know much about him. To be fair, I haven't done my research on him. But Diamande from Lisbon as well would be great. So them two will cost 40, 50 million easy. But again, they're your centre-backs for the next 5-10 years. You talk, they've got all that potential. They've got all that quality as it is. So listen, Tosin, I thought, right, great signing, Premier League proven, all that. But when Chelsea came in, I was like, the news came out on Saturday. I was like, it's not the end of the world. Like.
It's disappointing, but I'm not going to cry about it. I'm not going to lose sleep about it. Like,
no,
it's fine.
Signing Tosin isn't going to decide what we do next season.
No,
Tosin's not going to be the game changer if you just get 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th.
No,
so
not at all.
Move on.
Yeah.
Really. Move on. As I pour this Thirst for Life, which is a lovely Mexican lager that they do here at Anarchy Brewery. Much better than the old mainstream brands. Anyways, let us know what you think of the Tosin decision to choose Chelsea over Newcastle. Keep the great chat coming. The crack in the chat is quality tonight. Loads of good comments and nearly 300 people watching. Subscribe and like if you haven't already. Trippier then. The news just came out a couple of hours ago on this. Again, more on Kieran Trippier. I was already in the notes to talk about this on tonight's podcast because there was people going around last night saying, oh, did you see Trippier last night emotional after the game? Was it his farewell? Was it the last time we'll see him at St. James's? I even seen a tweet that someone sent me where they said, I've just been talking to someone who works at Trippier's kids' football club, Ponteland Juniors, I think they said, where his wife said to them, won't be back next season because we're not going to be here.
Of course.
So don't bother including them in the school trips and in the football team next year.
My wife's dog's auntie went to this Crufts convention and then said hello to Susan from doing the road and Susan from the chip shops at the Barbara doing the co-ops to her and Trippier went to school together and then Trippier's mum said to his auntie, shut up, man.
Not believing that one then.
Bollocks, man.
Oh, dear. So that's what they were saying. And maybe Trippier was just emotional because he took his kid out as a mascot. He was captain.
It's like the Bruno thing last game of the season all over again. Like people trying to like jump into conclusions and be like, "Oh, his hands were in his face. He's leaving. Like maybe
he just saying bye. He's just like he's an emotional wreck after that season. We all win.
I know.
But yeah, so Trippier, he was obviously heavily linked with a move, but no, it could have happened. Bayern Munich did offer the 30 million.
Yeah, could happen.
There was apparently talks, and he decided, nah, I don't want to go. That's going to materialise once more this summer. Apparently, the German Giants are going to reignite their interest. Vincent Kompany wants a bit of Trippier, Dyer and Kane to link up at the old Allianz Arena. So, fresh reports again this evening that Bayern Munich will once more come in for Kieran Trippier this summer window. What do you make of that then, Keg? Will he be in black and white next year?
It's up for debate at the minute. Obviously, we've got Tino. And we've got Harrison Ashby there as well. We've got Emil Kraft. We've got that young'un it was in the England under-17s team. Can't remember his name, the young lad.
Does he play right back as well?
I think so, aye.
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway, so I don't know, like he's getting, he's about 33 now. Like he had a bit of a shit year last year. There was all the rumours about his marriage and his relationship. Maybe it was a mental thing. He withdrew from the England squad due to personal issues. He had some dodgy games, conceded some important goals, cost were at the points against Everton, pretty much knocked out of the Carabao Cup against Chelsea.
He knocked us out the Carabao Cup.
Yeah, he had a bit of a stinker. Maybe he's kind of on the decline a little bit now due to his age. We signed him for a bargain, 12 million to be fair. He was an absolute bargain. Probably one of this club's best signings in history, I would go as far to say.
Yeah, especially that first season,
for the value and for the just quality of the leadership, like the step up in leadership that we were desperate for years. He's one of my favourite ever signings. But if we can get more than that, if we're selling for 15 million plus at the age that he's at.
I mean, 34 this year, With 1 year left on his deal?
Yeah, well, that's another good point. Yeah, 1 year left on his deal, approaching his mid-30s. We've already got his replacement lined up and a backup replacement lined up as well. So if we can get 15 plus, I say 34 years old, last year of his contract, I'd take this. I'd be good. I'd be disappointed. We're losing a massive character, massive personality, massive leader. So that's the thing that's more disappointing for me. He can assist like the best of them in the league still. At the beginning half of last season, before his form declined, was he the leader in the league? I think
10
he was.
assists,
Yeah, he was either the leader or second leader in the league right up until around about November, December time. So he'll be a big miss. He'll be a massive, massive miss. But to cash on him now or risk him continuing to decline or lose him on a free next year, there's a lot to weigh up, a lot of pros, a lot of cons. So I'm easy either way. If we lost him, fair play. Like I'm not really too fussed. Like
I'm the same. I'm tempted to sit on the fence for this one, where I do see both sides of it.
Yeah.
I think we can cash in. You can get your 12 to 15 million for a 33-year-old who will be 34 next season with the 1 year left. When there's a Tino there, I think that makes sense. I think that's hard to turn on in a financial fair play world.
Definitely.
I think that's hard to turn on. I really do, because how much more are you going to get out of him? And like you say, you then have to, if you don't sell him this summer, I think then you have to offer him a new deal. You have to give him another 1 or 2 years, really.
Is he worth that? Like what? Like
is he going to stump Tino's development as well? Because there's no European football now. So if we had got conference, you think sweet trip and play on the weekend against Aston Villa, and Tino can go and play midweek against fucking FC Molde,
Azerbaijan FC,
Borat United. So that's not happening anymore. So
it is a tough one, and I'm on the fence. I don't want him to go, but if he goes, then I'm not going to cry about it. It's fine.
No, me neither. But then, but if you do keep him, then sound.
Sweet.
Reliable.
Completely easy.
You can assist, but I mean, I say reliable. He did have a stink at the end of the season. He did have off-field trouble, so it's all up in the air of how he'll play next year and how he'll come back. How he gets on in the Euros, because of the fullback issues England have got, he may be playing. So, I just think, depending on how much we've got to spend, where the targets are, it will be difficult to say no. And then for me, if I look at it from his point of view, and I think, I can't buy him.
It's a great move for him.
One of the biggest clubs in Europe.
You've seen how old players go there. Like, I didn't know how you think he's that old, but like Eric Dyer, like, he's class.
He had a great season,
class, right? But like how old like players have been over there for over the years. Like Philip Lahm played till he was a big dinosaur. Like Schweinsteigers, and like Germans just age well. Like Oliver Kahn. The Germans can play until that be 39, 40. Like
German
so he could go over there and just look fucking 26 years old or something. Like, he'd be class, right?
To be fair though, even when he joined Newcastle, I had Spurs fans expressions that saying, "Who the hell is this?" Because he's better than the one you've ever seen. He's better than when he was 5 years ago. That's the Champions League final.
I think he did get better with age. I think he was at his best
that
around
stint of Simone was.
I think going there. So I think between the ages of 28 to 32, that was his best part of his career. But now, last season might have just been an off season. Like players have them. It's just maybe it's just a bit of a sticky spell. Maybe it was mental. Maybe his personal issues affected him on the field. Maybe when it shouldn't have, and he'd be the first one to admit that he's an open guy. Like if on off-field issues were affecting his performances off-field, he'd be the first person to be foaming with himself and hold his hands up and say, "Look, I apologise." Blah blah blah. So maybe he deserves another season because with his quality and his leadership. He's for me still one of the best right backs in the Premier League. But
on his day,
he just needs to get back to them days and kind of put the off-field issues to a side. And if not, then maybe he's better off somewhere else.
I think you can say that he is honest. He will judge himself, because even you could see how frustrated he was. Remember Bournemouth away when he went over, the fans started kicking off, saying, "Oh, do you not think we're trying? Do you think we're doing good enough? We're not got injuries." He's stressed. Right? He knows he's playing shit. You don't have to. We can sit here.
He said that, didn't he? Was it Everton or Chelsea? He did a post-match interview. He says, shit.
You love that. Us as fans and us as content creators and stuff, you sit there, you'll do it with your mates in the pub, we're doing it now, and we'll say on videos that, shit. He doesn't need to be told his shit. He comes off the pitch and he'll now but I was shit today.
It's not like someone who doesn't
I can't believe they're calling me shit, unless you're massively deluded.
You think I'm shit? No, you're mental, you. Right. Like if someone has a bad game, like they know that. Like it's not like they come off the field and someone criticises their performances and like, Lee.
No, shoot me. What? That foul gave me a penalty.
I wasn't shit. Like
no, do me.
Like Trippier now, like he's a smart guy. Like he's switched on. Like he's got a great football brain. I think he'll make a great coach one day. I can't wait to see him in management. But he knows. If he has a bad game, he knows.
He knows. But what I will say is that he did mention on Channel 4 last night after the game, I think he said that he's looking forward to next season again at Newcastle. So we'll wait and see. Obviously, he's not going to say, I'm joining Bayern Munich before.
Yeah.
So either way, who knows? Time will tell. Good question from Marcus. All right, lads. If Trips did leave, who would you like to see captain? And also number 9 if Wilson leaves.
Ooh, that is a good question.
It's a great question by Marcus J. Malloy.
Club captain, Trippier isn't the club captain. It's Lascelles, but whether Lascelles is here, who knows? Wilson's had the armband a few times. Dan Burns, probably your third choice captain, but if everyone's fit and healthy, he's not starting 11, so you'd ideally like it to be someone who's solid in the starting 11. Who was it?
Bruno.
I was going to say Bruno, but is he captain material?
He wore it at the end, didn't he? And he absolutely loved it. Was it Brentford that won the games he wore it? But Bruno, because obviously, who else? You look around him, Botman's going to be injured still. I would Joe Linton, he probably isn't that good at communication.
Not going to be Tonali, Murphy, Gordon, Isaac.
He's
not yet, too young.
Keep eyes a bit. Yeah. So I think Bruno probably.
Yeah.
And is that an incentive to stay in our bit? Bruno,
quite possibly. But I think
captain's bonus.
Yeah, so I think Lascelles will have to leave, and I think he will. Yeah. But if he doesn't, then he's still the club captain. He's not going to play the whole ton. So it's like he was going to replace Trippier as your backup captain. So Bruno can hold the armband for as long as possible. But yeah, Lascelles would still be our club captain if he stays. I
think Ben would get it while the injured players come back, and then when he drops the bench, then Bruno will have it.
Yeah, so if Ben plays, then he'd probably be captain. But yeah, he's not starting 11. Really,
no. It depends if we get another mid defender.
But then, like you say, Botman's going to be out until about January. So yeah, Burn, if he starts at left side centre back, then yeah, he'll probably be my captain until January time, maybe. Isn't he?
No. Harry mentioned before, only 65 likes and there's 300 people watching. The maths isn't mathing up.
It's a bit shit, that, like.
We'll just sort it out, please. It's free. Hit the thumbs up. Thank you. Other people's comments about Trippier. I think this is the last season of Trippier's career where he's worth anything. So sell. Jimmy will lose a member. Shout them out. I'm okay with him going now. Don't want to make mistakes next year. Fans probably turn on him after to be one of our important signings. We think we've seen a bit of that last season, didn't we? Trippier cost us 13 goals last year, says Harry.
13? What?
Don't know about that. He's stacking them up. Stinky. 80 says, he's got 10 mistakes as well. Trips just wants to try on the old Lederhosen. Trips has been poor this season with 10 assists. Hard to replace that. Tino doesn't have that delivery yet. Good point.
Yeah. There's a lot of good comments, like the pros and the cons that really warranted. They're all true. Like you can't disagree with any of them, really.
Mm-hmm. Trippier seems distracting, had a poor season overall. Wouldn't lose any sleep if he left. All right, then. Let's just quickly... No, we'll come back to that. Adidas kit. Let's stick with the old topics at hand. This podcast is flying over 48 minutes in nearly already. Wow.
I've had 2 weeks off.
We had 2 weeks off. Do a bumper edition for you. Okay. So, on the talk of players in and out, we know players that are all out. Let's start off with the men's. I briefly touched on this on a video the other week, but for those who might not have seen it and get your opinion on it, Keg. Players that have been released. So start off with the men's and we'll work our way down the academy and the women's. So in the men's team, Dummett, Richie, Karius, Hayden.
Hendrick. Hendrick. And Kel Watts.
Are the 5 that have gone this summer
still got 2 years,
being released. Hendrick's still got 2 years. Hayden's still got 2 years. Did we give him an 8-year deal or something?
I think we did.
Alan Pardew special.
I'm sure we signed him till 2026.
I haven't seen him play since 2018. God almighty, where was he last year? QPR, wasn't he?
QPR, right. For the second half, he was Standard Liège, first half.
Standard Liège, they weren't paying him, so he went to QPR, right? God, man. So those are the players that have left Keg, and we have thought by feelings on Dummett and Richie leaving and that, so let me hear yours.
Yeah, buzzing. No, I've gave particularly Dummett a lot of stick over the past few years, and like I say, warranted. But now he's gone. Like you've just got to kind of hold your hands up and say thank you for your service. He's been a great servant for the club.
24 years in total from his academy days.
He was 8 years old. He signed when he was a kid.
10 years as a professional.
That's crazy. So yeah, I mean, he's been a great servant for the club. He's been there through what darkest days, literally through what shittest time in our lifetime, at least anyway, probably in the history of the club. Had some bloody dark days. So yeah, I mean, credit to them, but yeah, it's been more than enough time to move on. Could have been a year or two ago, at least. So yeah, now it's come. So yeah, thank you guys for your service, but now it's definitely the time to move on. There was rumours of a new contract, which I wasn't a little bit worried about.
That's one positive not getting you.
It was a bit of a relief to see their names getting released. But yeah, Richie the same. He was quite a big money signing at the time. He was about like 10 million or something, wasn't he, back in the Rafa days? Was it when we got promoted? He didn't play the championship, did he?
I played the championship.
Did he? So we signed him in the championship. That's right.
One of the best signings we made that.
Yeah, Richie was a really, really good signing. Had some great days. Was a penalty taker for a long time.
Yeah, scored some big important goals.
He did. Man United, Man City. And he had some comical moments, like the flag, like just angry Scotsman. He was just hilarious.
Very angry.
Yeah. So I loved Richie. Like great versatile and all, full back, wing back, right wing, left wing. Like yeah, I loved Richie, but again, time could have gone a year or two ago at the very least. So yeah, thank you for your service. But time to move on. Like, we're in the new generation of the club now, and you're not in the future. No. And he went 2 years ago either. But yeah, Hendrick, fuck now. Thank God he's gone.
Jeffrey. What about the spinning Roonies, though?
Oh, I'm Beyblade FC.
Jeffrey spinning Roonies.
Jesus Christ. So he was a terrible signing, and he was free.
Where was he even last season? Wednesday. Jeffrey Wednesday.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah, because he was a QPR, I think, the second half of the season before. But I think it was Sheffield Wednesday last.
I think it was
lost
Wednesday.
track. Yeah,
he ended up in like Danish league or something. I think what is going on?
Looks the part.
Does that?
Yeah, League One, maybe it's his level.
Fleetwood or something.
Gets on to Wrexham. See what that goes on there.
Well,
gets on documentary.
Who's following?
Then,
in a couple of years.
It could be. Then yeah, Karius, he was a bit of a pointless signing, stepped up when he needed to, played in probably the biggest game of the club's last 20 years. Fucking crazy.
2 appearances, yeah. One at Wembley against Man United, one away to us in the Premier League. Conceded 6.
Yeah, good ratio that, like 6 goals in 2 games. Well done.
Cheers.
And Kel Watts, he was one of the potential guys about 5 years ago.
Seen him in Malia.
Getting older. Yeah, he's about 36 now. Still potential. He's like Jesse Lingard. Like he's still young. He's still got potential. He's 28.
Babyface.
I don't even know how old he is, but yeah, he was one of them that was trying to break through the first team a good few years ago. Lots and lots of loan spells. He had a good season for Wigan, to be fair, so he could go back there. I think they're still in League One, or did they get promoted?
It's not a bad career, really, is it? You know what I mean? Yeah. Good luck to Kellen Watts.
So yeah, they're all warranted. There's no one there. You're like, oh, I'm good. He's gone.
I can't believe he hasn't signed a new deal.
Raging. So yeah, it's just what you need to do to keep the club moving forward. But then Gillespie was the only one running out of contract who's getting a new deal, isn't he? It's actually signed. I just seen that the day. Actually, I was flicking through trying to find the release list, and I seen the post was like 3 days ago. Gillespie signed his new deal. I was like, well, Gillespie signed his new deal. I didn't even know.
He stagged it when he had a beef out with Tonali, and he bumped into the Spanish players. Koke.
That was seen loads. Like
Koke.
It's kind of few. So yeah, 5. I wouldn't even really necessarily call Kel Watts a first team player, but yeah, all gone. But yeah, not gonna cry with them ones.
Big plus for that is the save on wages. Let's see, the wages, because people are saying maybe Trippier, you only get 10 million for him, but again, he's saving on 100 odd grand a week with these. Is a culmination.
Henry goes on about 35 or something, if not more.
If not more.
I think it's on a canny wage like that. I think Karius was on.
Richie would be on our 40 grand a week for a while. So, yeah, those are the players that have left so far. If we touch on the under 21 side now, quite a few to rattle through. Diallo and Ndewani, the forwards who obviously made the trip to Australia last week.
Yeah.
Absolute waste of time playing them, wasn't it?
Couple of senior appearances this season now.
Aye, exactly, amongst the bench because of the injuries. Obviously not impressing Eddie or anyone else. So they were among 13 youngsters that left. Other notable mentions, Bondswell, Lucas De Ball, who had a couple of appearances on the bench.
He was going to get a go.
Dylan Stevens, who looked like a good little forward. And Rodrigo Vilga is the one worth mentioning, where again, he's a bit of a Lingard special, where he came, he wasn't that young. And then he's like mid-20s now, and you're like, he's still floating about the place. And Remember, we paid a couple of million for him, no?
Yeah,
he's Peruvian wonder kid.
About that, yeah, wonder kid. He's going to go to the academy, maybe he's get a loan, come back. Like I think he was what we kind of hoped for, like Minter. I think that's what we kind of hoped, like he was going to be, because we signed the other South American kids, Goal.
Oh, Santiago
Munoz. I thought them two were like really scouted. Someone's went and watched them. They were really impressed with them. They're going to bring them in, have them in the academy, loan them out, come back. They'll be about 21 years old, straight in the first team, world class. No, didn't really happen.
Didn't at all.
Yeah, I think Santiago Munoz was maybe a little bit of a media ploy, but Vilca, I thought there was going to be potential there. I thought he was going to 2.0. Yeah, I thought he was maybe going to try and make it, but wasn't meant to be. So yeah, he's gone, but yeah, no real shame there. A little bit surprised at the ball because he was another one trying to break his win with the first team.
The ball at times, and I see him, and Bondswell looked good. I remember.
Yeah, there was loads of like good mentions of him a couple of years ago. I think he was really like a big potential.
Seen him at Loosefest as well, nice lad.
Yeah, Dylan Stevenson's banged him in for a good few years in the academy. Don't think he ever really got much of a chance. So yeah, it's a shame to lose them guys, but is it really like the club's obviously done their research.
We're not behind closed doors every day.
If they don't fit, then they don't fit. If they don't think they've got the potential to make the first team, then there's no point lingering them around. So
big job on the hands for the likes of Steve Orton this summer. Yeah, recruiting extra 13 plus players.
Aye.
So there's a lot of work to do down there at Little Benton.
Yeah, new contracts for Lewis Miley's brother,
GD.
There's James Huntley, who made the bench a couple of times this season, and Ellis Stanton as well.
Good stuff. Well, lots of work to be done there at the academy. Let's finish off on the women's contracts then. There's a couple of real surprising ones. Or is it? People are surprised because they're impressed this season. However, we've been promoted, and the step up from that Division 3 to the Championship is massive.
Yeah.
So, yes, they might not good in Division 3.
Yeah, one below the WSL.
Listen, for last game of the season we were there, we interviewed Becky at the end of the promotion party, 10-0. You're not going to win any game next season 10-0. So these players that look good in the 10-0, how good they're going to be when they're coming up against, what I can't wait for next year. The women's side of things is, your derbies against Sunderland and even Durham as well and things like that. So, out of the women that have been released, and I will point out this one, just because someone questioned it before, what happened that was caught selling tickets, says Jez.
Oh, yeah.
That was Anna Soulsby was selling tickets for the Brentford game. She is being released. I think she was already released before that, so that wasn't a consequence of that. Again, though, she was very much a poster girl, wasn't she? She was out. I'm sure she was on the ads. Yeah, she was on the advert. She was on the Castore shop with the green kit on and stuff. Shauna Wilkinson, Kira Skeleton, Bridget Galloway. Yeah. She was great seeing James.
I think Bridget Galloway and Anna Soulsby are the two surprise ones for me.
Nelson.
Paige Bailey-Gill.
Bailey Gill was brought in as a new forward, wasn't she? Naomi, good centre back, good defender there. Naomi Badu, she had a couple of injury troubles, but
Milne Redhead.
There's some big releases again. It shows that we've talked a lot of this episode and Will throughout the summer about what the men's need to do, but in terms of the club as a whole, the academy and the women's is so much like restructuring, development, ins and outs that are taking place,
which is a huge part of the takeover.
Exactly.
Which
new era.
Amanda said that she wants to do, and she said she was going to invest in the women's team, and they have back-to-back promotions from the 4th tier to one below the WSL now, so pushing on massively there. But the academy's just been shit. Like the players that we've been producing over the past 10, 15 years is abysmal. Like we've had no one of any real quality. Like outside of two Longstaffs, Anderson and Miley, you got to go back to Dummett, Carroll. That's it. Like it's shocking that. Like
bleak.
We want like what Fodens, we want like what Alexander Arnold's, like what Rashford's, like people who's going to come through and make a big impact and get in the England team, be like proper big players in the Premier League, and we just haven't had that. So the guys that we said like maybe it's a bit of a shame, like Rodrigo Vilgas, Dylan Stevenson, Lucas de Balls, like if they're not going to make it now, then when will they?
Yeah, so, you're not 17, 18 anymore.
Yeah, so that's where we're making signings. There's always been a lot of links. Like there was the kid from Sunderland, the kid from Arsenal,
Chris Ray.
Yeah, we've already signed a ton since the takeover. There's the Irish centre back. I'm shipping names. We've already signed quite a few, and we need to replace them guys with other players. The Harrison from City.
Alfie Harrison.
Yeah, like we just need to build the team through the academy, and that's the best way to do it. So we need players who's going to come in and fight for a spot in the starting 11, just like Phil Foden did.
Exactly. So exciting times ahead all round at Newcastle United this summer. We've been going for nearly an hour. Shout out to everyone that's still tuning in, through the people. Let's just rattle through some of the last topics now and get your questions in for the end of the podcast. So today, Newcastle United officially announced their partnership with JD Sports. Unlucky Mike, on the back of this, he had his court case that he was upset that they couldn't sell the Newcastle United kits in Sports Direct. We are only tied JD Sports, Adidas, and the official club store only outlets you can buy your new home kit, third kit, away kit, and all of the massive ranges of leisure wear and everything else.
Yeah,
that is coming out this summer through Adidas. So JD, good partnership. Nice, looking forward to that. Obviously, we are all excited. Only a couple more sleeps until the home kit is released on Friday. Black and white home kit, first time with Adidas for quite some time. So everyone's getting buzzing with that. People are upset that they haven't exactly shown you what it looks like yet.
Yeah,
we thought maybe seen a few snippets. We know there's a great video coming out of the home kit from. And you're going to see it with the away kit as well. There's some familiar faces in there. Obviously, they're going to touch on Newcastle's heritage and history and everything. But, you thought they might release the top right corner of the strip or the bottom left.
A bit of a teaser.
Tease me.
Just a bit of a sample. Hang that in front of you.
Yeah, just let we look at it. You know what I mean? And then, because we thought about it off air before we started, because store was just bang, it's out. Yeah, no one had ever seen it. And it was like, right, it's out now. Get inside the club shop. It's the doors opened 10 minutes ago. So with these, you'd think, right, everyone knows it's been coming out on Friday the 7th of June for quite some time. Can we get a little teaser? There's
been a lot of leaks, and I feel like people know 99% of the shit. But it would be nice to come actually from the club. Like I said, just a corner bit, just a little bit of a teaser. But I haven't had an out like that. And it comes out in 3 days' time. Like hopefully, maybe in the next 48 hours, we'll get a really proper good look at it. I'd like to say like the posters, like what I mentioned, like Anna Soulsby was wearing last year, like the actual proper posters that's going to be put up on the site of St James's Park. Like I'd like to think they're going to be released within the next 48 hours before the release on Friday. But if they do, just drop it Friday morning, 9 a.m., 10 a.m., whenever it is, whenever the club shop opens, bang!
Bang! Them queues are going to be
stinky,
outrageous. By the way, in that little pop-up shop.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. That's going to be awful.
I've witnessed it. I've been there. The vlog is out. People, appreciate check it out if you haven't seen it already.
There's a mega queue at the proper shop last year. The queue was like all the way down the road.
Last year was chaos, mate. People were waiting for 3 hours. They didn't even have the Champions League badges ready. Printing was all over. This wifey got stuck in the lift last year. At the Castile shop at St James's. My days, the queues were... At this little pop-up shop, they told us last week as well, they're going to limit the amount of people that can come in at a time. So it's going to be like trying to get into a nightclub. They're going to be like blocking people off. Have you got your ID? Yeah, 10 people crazy. In at a time. Because it is quite small in there, obviously. That queue from that club shop, temporary stack up, outside the Strawberry is going to literally be gone to fucking Whitby Bay. It's going to be gone past the Haymarket all the way down to the coast.
It's going to be on the Metro lines.
Well, on the Metro lines, it's going to be... Oh, my God. It's going to be off the charts. And I'll be there. Showing you just how crazy it'll be. So check out the vlog of the kit leaks on Friday. There was a leak today of the warm-up shirt.
Yes.
So this is led to believe to be correct information. It looks, they've got the Adidas in the neck there. They've got the printed badges on there. It looks to be in a shop, so it looks to be like retail. Have a look on our Instagram and Facebook and stuff. You can see on the bottom of the ticker. It is tropical.
Like leaves and stuff.
Yeah, people are saying, is it Magpie's feathers? Was it a Hawaiian edition?
It looked a bit more Hawaiian to me. I mean, it might be. I might need to get a look at it, see if it looks like a feather. But yeah, to me, it looked like a bit more the tropical leaf type of thing.
I think it's awful. I really don't like it.
I'll not be buying it, but I think it's cool. I don't get the reference of it. It would make sense if it was a magpie feather instead of a fucking Hawaiian leaf. Like, I don't know what kind of reference that's going to get to the club. Like, some of the other ones have had, like, sort of, like, faded images like the Tyne Bridge or, like, the city skyline or something like that. Like, so why like it's like a tropical plant? It doesn't really make sense.
Doesn't you go, well, we've got sunshine for about 3 days of the year here in Newcastle. So.
I mean, I think it looks nice, but yeah, it's got absolutely nothing to do with the club. So
That is your warm-up shirt in December.
Yeah.
Away at Forest. Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, there's your link. Forest.
Yeah, we would only have to wear it at Forest. So that's the Adidas kit. The home one is coming out on Friday. I'm sure there'll be lots of reaction to that. And hopefully we'll see some more official output of what the design is over the coming days. Right then, should we just dive into questions then? What else do we have? Bit of England game reaction and stuff, but I've got the vlog out on the channel.
Yeah.
Going on over an hour.
Shit.
Did you watch it on TV? Like I say, I was there. No, you don't do it, do you?
No.
Didn't put yourself through it?
I watched about 5 minutes of the second half, then I went in the shower, came out of the shower, and the wife had fucking Bridgerton on or something, so I was like, anyways.
Well, me and my ass went. We enjoyed it. You know, it was a good atmosphere. It was a good crack. It was much better second half when we actually seen some decent players come off the bench. You know, your Harry Kanes and Grealish and that came on. Because for me, I thought a lot of the players flopped last night. You know, the squad gets cut.
Friendlies always do. They've done this for 25 years. I keep telling you, Renty. This is why I didn't watch international friendlies.
I get my hopes up, man. It was sunny in the tune, you know. We had a good night, a couple of beers. I got right in the mood for it. But you know, that 33-man squad gets chopped to 26 on Friday for the Euros. Bowen, Maddison, Gahey, Konza. A lot of them just didn't do much for me. I thought Eze looked pretty good at times last night. I thought Adam Morton looked really good. You know, the Palace midfielder when he came on, very composed, very good on the ball. But listen, I thought a lot of them didn't really turn up, didn't really take the chance. And that squad depth isn't that great, especially in defence for me. But saying that, you know, the big cats weren't there last night. Kane didn't start. There was no Saka. There was no Foden. There was no Bellingham. There was no Stones. Even Maguire and Shaw, who were pretty good for England. Like, there was none of that, to be fair. So we can't really judge it on the Euros. But that squad is going to get chopped down. Obviously, unfortunately, we didn't get to see our Gordon last night, or Anthony. He was there, but he didn't get on, injured. He might be there on Friday against Iceland at Wembley. But if you had to pick a few guys from that squad, who do you think is going to get chopped for the Euros?
Well, it's difficult, and I get what you're saying, and this is the frustrating thing for me and why I fucking hate England international friendlies is because, like, especially now, like there are some maybe fringe players who are your favourites, like to get cut. Like, what was that, 6-7 players that's going to get cut?
One of the keepers is obviously going to go.
Yeah, so it was 26. So yes, there's like 7 players that's going to get cut. A fair few of them played last night. This is your opportunity.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, Gareth Southgate's probably already kind of got in the back of his mind who he's going to cut. But this is your opportunity. Step up and show him, and maybe change his mind and think, oh, like Wharton. Wharton, for me, like, he's on the outskirts because he's young. He's just kind of started playing Premier League football this last 6 months. Good, a lot of potential. Will be in the England squad in the coming years, but I don't think he'll make it. But he stood out. So maybe he's going to give them a headache in the likes of like Maddison or Grealish or something. Like, I'll give you an opportunity and you were shit. Like, why should I take you? So,
I think Morton, he offers balance. He offers something different. We're not very strong in that centre mid, especially with someone who will just sit there and kind of protect the back four, dictate the play a little bit. I think Morton does that. I think Morton should go. Obviously you got Kobe Mainoo, who wasn't there last night as well. He's had a great season, but
I don't think Morton will, but I'll not be that surprised if he does, because I think he's a good player, and it's nothing against him, and I don't think he should be. So there are so many good players missed out, and no one really stepped up apart from one. So, but yeah, like one of your keepers probably Trafford. For me, probably Wharton, although he showed that he probably should be rubbing shoulders with the guys in the squad if he's not there already. I don't know. It's hard. I don't think Grealish should be in because he's done fuck all season.
Great assist last night for Trent, but again, it's Bosnia. Yeah. That's the thing that wound me up, because I was like, these Bosnian bin men. If I was Watkins last night, I'm thinking I'm getting the fuck out right now. And he missed 2 really good chances.
Yeah. It's like they don't really try. I think because it's a friendly, and I get it. You don't want to exert yourself and get yourself injured for the Euros, but you've got to try, especially those on the fringes. I think Watkins is going anyway. Yeah, he's probably second best striker.
I thought Tony should have got a chance last night back at St James's. I think he was on the bench, so I don't know why he didn't bring him on. He came on, obviously, so
he could be a candidate to be cut. I don't think you need too many strikers.
Stinking since he came.
We've got another one. We've got 4 strikers in the provisional squad.
Obviously, Rashford's not there.
Yeah, I can't remember who else we got. I'm sure we've got 4. I might be wrong, but yeah, for me, like with the season that Watkins has had, he's been phenomenal. Led the assists and was like the 3rd or 4th choice.
Lewis
goal
Dunk.
scorer.
Lewis Dunk as well. He should go. He's crap, you know. I don't know how Dunk's in there and Tomori isn't.
He's about 33 or something.
Tomori at Milan and Southgate's picking Dunk and Luke Shaw as well, just because he's left back and there's no one else. But again, he hasn't been fit to train this week.
Kwanzaa's a good shout. He's one for the future. Jones maybe as well.
Play last night.
Like Shaw, I don't get why Shaw's there. And I know because he's one of Southgate's boys and he's a left back and he's the best and only left back we've got, but he hasn't played. He's injured. It's like taking fucking Paul Dummett. What's the point?
Took Lewis Hall, mate.
Literally, Trippier's probably going to be our best left back.
He didn't look great last night either.
Yeah, and then you've got your Halls and I don't know who else is there. Tariq Mitchell. Why Tariq Mitchell?
I'd rather have Mitchell.
He's not in the squad, is he?
No, mad.
So, but Shaw is. I don't get that at all.
No.
So yeah, Shaw shouldn't be there, but because he's the only fucking left back we've got, he probably will be. I don't know how fit he's going to be, but he's probably going to be there.
Things like that. That's probably going to cost us.
It's just annoying that.
In the latter stages of the Euros there. We'll talk about the Euros next week though, Peter, because obviously then we'll only be
less than a week away. 5 days away.
Start. Remember, I'll be at NX Newcastle for the fan zone this summer. Also, I know you brew, you have a little fan zone as well, by the way. So if you want something a bit more chill, a bit more quiet, you have a table, service, great projector up there. So get your stills down here as well if you want to watch England games and this suits you more. Right then, let's finish off with some questions on this evening's podcast. Shout out everyone that's tuned in. Please do give us a like if you haven't already. And we'll get into the chat right now. Okay.
Are you ready?
Pick out some good ones. Yeah. We can go for an hour and 10 minutes. Not waste my time, yeah? Some weird ones, so we'll skip them ones.
I like weird ones.
Not good weird, though.
Yeah, right.
Tony, he's got crack. He's in here. Biggest priority position to sign? I would have probably said right wing, but with the injuries of centre back, is it centre back? Is it a keeper with Pope's injuries and what?
Yeah, there's a few. I think right wing, especially for the starting 11. Like there's a lot of squad depth that we can sign, like a striker, centre back, goalkeeper. But for starting 11, there's a void at right wing. Like I'd like to sign a number 6. I mentioned that a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, for essential buy-in, I think a good right winger is a big need.
Same. I think that's the one that's going to be a game changer for us, really. A winger that can score and assist with both feet. Chris, what do you think about the DCL from Everton link? Calvert-Lewin's been linked in the past week or so. Awful that for me. Yeah. Not having that.
About 3 years ago, I'd have taken him, but
exactly.
I'll keep calm, Wilson.
Well, he's just a younger Wilson, isn't he?
Injury prone. Can score goals. Yeah. Good goal scorer. Fine player.
He's great if he's fit.
Player, yeah.
If he's fit, one-on-one, from a header, from a corner.
Tall,
he's a great goal. He's a good goal scorer, good finisher.
Might wear skirts, but he's all right.
Aye, but from that, he does his job. But at the end of the day, he's not on the pitch long enough to do his job for me. Look, swapping Wilson for Calvert-Lewin is an utter waste of time.
It's like the Spider-Man meme.
Aye, it is. Aye, literally is. 80, who's a member. Did you see Steve Bruce on TalkSport? Threw his name in the hat for Leicester's job.
Of course he did.
And Bruce,
he's thirsty for it, man. He's
shameless.
thirsty. So don't Anarchy. We'll quench that thirst for you. Stop talking about management jobs, man. You're past it.
Shameless Steve. Honestly. Leicester, you know what I mean? Their manager's went to Chelsea. He thinks he can just step in.
Leicester's in the Premier League, man, Steve.
Steve.
I'll tell you what, I'll throw my name in.
I'll take this off. Put my hat in the ring and I'll...
Keggin Renty, the next fucking Howard Tyndall.
Better than Steve and Steve.
Steve and Steve.
Steve. God. I seen Steve at Old Trafford when I went to the Man U game.
Which one?
Bruce.
Oh, did he?
He was on the sideline, right? Because I was right on the sideline. He was down there waiting for BN Sports.
Oh, I'm surprised he came back.
Well, it's home, isn't it? I'd asked him.
Oh, no, Trafford. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I thought you meant St James's for a second.
No, Wednesday night we got beat. Worst thing of all that. Seeing us get beat 3-2 and then seeing Steve Bruce's nose again.
He's all right. Trafford is a legend.
Oh, love him. Great reception.
Legend.
And they asked him, like, Steve, it's a no-lose situation for you, isn't it? And he was like, we need a win, yeah. And I was like, all right, that shows your qualities, mate. What other Geordie Newcastle fan would say, yeah, no lose for me tonight. If Man U win, great. If Newcastle win, great. You know what I mean? How's the bacon? Did you say? Yes. Honestly, that bloke's still enjoying his payoff for Newcastle.
He is.
Would you take Gabriel Jesus as a replacement for Wilson?
Yes.
Yeah. But again, doesn't score loads of goals, or does he? But
he's a great player. Obviously, for Wilson being injury prone, like I've expressed my admiration for Wilson, and I think we should keep him because we need 3 strikers. So I've said every fucking podcast for the last 18 weeks.
I'll see you again next week.
But yeah, I think we should keep Wilson. I don't think there's any need to sell him, but I don't know how much Jesus would be because he's not better than Isaac. He's number 2. I think there'll be a great list. Isaac is your starter, Wilson. Jesus on your bench, and Wilson is your third choice option. But how much is Jesus going to cost? Is he worth being a number 2? I don't think I would pay the money for him to come in and be number 2.
No, right? I don't need that. To be fair, he'd be on big bucks at the Emirates. Shout out Hornsby. Hope you're well, mate. Take into consideration the new sponsorships and players leaving, contracts not being renewed. What kind of budget do you think we need to make an impact next season? I'd go from about
$1 billion.
$1 billion. I reckon I'd go for about 130 to 150 million to make an impact, really.
Yeah, 150 especially.
150, you'd want to be touching about 200 really to make an impact.
I'd love to spend Chelsea money, just literally spunk $100 billion.
Yeah, literally, they've got Revo, Cole. But if you do get rid of, your arm runs, Wilson, potentially Trippier or whatever, then I think we're going to look north of 150. But if you think you're saying Mamardashvili for 35, if you're going to sign a right winger for 40, 50, you're going to sign a centre back for a little bit. So that all adds up. So yeah, I would say minimum 130 all the way to 200 or something.
Minimum 130, but 150 would be nice.
There's people talking about captains. Yeah, I give the all man to J7, Captain Pope. Mark Gillespie captain.
I thought Pope, but I've just mentioned replacing him. So
he's probably going to get replaced. Just finish off on the last couple there now. Let me scroll back up. Right the way back up to the beginning of the podcast.
All the way up.
Can you talk a few words of the horrific Adidas train top leaks? We have. I thought it's horrific, but Keg likes the old Hawaiian feel. Faritas vibe.
It is, isn't it? I like Faritas back in the day. For those that know.
Aye, if you know, you know. Faritas happy hour deals.
Those that are over 30.
Killed me off back in the day there. Happy hour deals. It was class Faritas back in the day, wasn't it, to be fair? We changed his name about 20 times since then.
I don't know, like I did say that I liked it. I think it's a nice design, but it makes no sense. I don't like it for Newcastle, but I think it's a pretty pattern. It's nice.
Pretty pattern.
It's nice, but it's just got absolutely no relevance. I don't understand it.
People were saying it looks like the nice curtains, or the curtains in like in the Weatherspoons, something like that. Right, I'm going to now go back to the very end here, just to see if anyone's got a good question at the end. With Carrier Steam, will Pope stay on the bench if Mamardashvili comes in? I doubt it. I don't think he's got a choice, mate. To be fair, unless he wants to go to Ipswich, unless he wants to go somewhere else. Doubt Jesus coming to be number 2, up the JD.
It's like $250 a week, apparently.
I'd have Bowen at the 2 though, Ian. I would as well until I see him last night.
I'd love Bowen.
But to be fair, his record's been brilliant this year for West Ham.
I don't think he would leave though because he's shagging Danny Dyer's daughter or anything. Like, family down there, twins and that.
He's not allowed to leave now, is he?
Danny Dyer would slit his throat if he left West Ham.
Yeah, you see what his kids are called?
Probably, but I don't know.
My last told me this. So his 2 kids are called Starboy, and then the other one's called Santiago.
Nah, I haven't heard that. I probably would have remembered that. Yeah,
Star and Santiago. So Santiago from Pale Ginger Bone. Makes sense. Sounds like fucking Mexican drug lord. Anyways, Minter will save us, says Ian. You like that one, won't you?
Yeah, big fan.
Big fan of that. Lewis Holby, England's best left back since Ashley Cole. Big shout.
It is.
Big shout. Geordie Shaw's saying there, I know it was a snooze fest last night. However, I took photos. First game at international level at St. James's. Still on cloud 9. Exactly, mate. It was still a good night. Yeah. And hopefully have plenty more good nights with England this summer at the Euros. It's coming home.
It's coming home.
Or is it?
No.
We'll talk about it next week. Just watching, everyone. Really appreciate it. It's been a great show tonight. Flew over. We've had loads of good interactions in the chat. If you've been listening on Spotify, Google, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts, we are on there as well. As always, big cheers to Anarchy Brewery for having us here in their tap room. You can scan their QR code, get yourself some beers, visit their website, or even better, visit the brewery here itself.
You do, huh?
Lovely
it's
location.
Class, lovely location. They have a lot of things on weekends, like food festivals and all kinds of events. They have wrestling on where people get chucked through these plastic perspex. Guys getting chucked through windows and shit. They have music concerts on, pantomimes, all sorts of shit.
All sorts going on, yeah. So it's all good. I don't know. It's all good with War Beer. It's all good with War Flags. We appreciate your support as always on the Magpie Channel TV. Stay tuned. There's loads more videos to come this week, especially Friday for the Carnage kit launch. Will you be buying the new kit, by the way, Keg? 75, 80 pounds, something like that?
Not on Friday.
On Friday.
Might wait for Christmas, and you can bring us up.
45% discount Christmas Day. Boxing Day special. Well, Castore just selling them off for like 10 an hour, aren't they?
Oh, well, yeah. Might get myself on that. Did I see that the England squad was going to be announced on Friday?
Aye, Friday, yeah.
Oh, Friday's going to be lovely then.
Big day Friday.
Big day Friday.
Lots of videos.
Make sure you get subscribed and come back on Friday, because there's a lot of shit that he'll be doing.
What are you doing? Eh? You know what I mean?
Happy work, man.
Oh, Jesus. You know what I mean? Solid like this. Right, cheers, everyone. Subscribe, like, and enjoy yourself.